All right, guys, welcome to this new episode of Client Interviews. And today we have Manu Rueda. Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah. Sounds great, man.
I don't speak Spanish.
That was perfect accent. It was really nice.
Cool. So yeah, Manu has been with us since February or March, I believe, right?
Yeah, since March.
Okay. Yeah, he's been with us since March. So I'll just hand it over to you, man. And basically, your name, where you're from, introducing a little bit about yourself, helping us understand a bit about what you do.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Manu. I'm originally from the Canary Islands. They are super small islands close to Africa, but they belong to Spain. So I'm like almost African, but I'm a Spanish guy. I was born in the Canary Islands, and then I moved to Madrid. I've spent I would say past 10 years of my life traveling in Europe and traveling in United States. I've worked in different technology companies. One of them is quite famous. It's called Hyperloop. It's a transportation company, and because it was an Elon Musk idea, there is
That's
a lot
what
of hype.
Hyperloop is. I was like, wait, that's Elon Musk's, like the tunnels, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually boring company is the tunnels,
right? Okay.
And Hyperloop is like the bullet train system. It's a electromagnetic levitation train, which uses much less energy. It's much more efficient than a typical train. It's almost no pressure, so the system is pretty simple. You put like a bullet inside a tube, inside a pipe, and you take out all the pressure from the pipe. So I started as a PM. I first started my own startup. I raised €500,000 here in Spain. I failed. After 4 years, we didn't have what is called product market fit. We were selling. It was a 3D printer, like the iPhone of the 3D printers. We were selling 3D printers. We had clients in 4 different countries, but we didn't achieve what is the holy grail of startups. It's called product market fit, when you don't even need to put some effort in order to get more customers. So after that experience, I joined Hyperloop as a PM, and I started getting into leadership. I think because of my experience into entrepreneurship, I was working super hard, like 100 hours a week. I became the leader of the innovation team, which was artificial intelligence and data science projects. And at the same time, I started doing angel investing. Like I started like advising other entrepreneurs, like, hey, I did that and that was a total failure, so you shouldn't do that, man. or double think about doing this. And there are a lot of misconceptions in the ecosystem, like you need to fundraise, you need to before starting your project,
right?
Or you need to know coding in order to start your technology idea. There are a lot of things that they are like they are grown. I mean, they are not. There are things that are like in the market, and everyone thinks that they are truth. But if you go into the fundamentals, you don't need external investment for starting your idea, or you don't need any coding skills. So right now, after advising different startups, investing in different startups, one of them is Cabify, which is a 1.4 billion euros right now, which is like a Uber a clone for the Spanish and Latin American markets. So after investing in different startups like Cabify and like fintech apps, I decided to start my own accelerator for those entrepreneurs that they are like, okay, so I have an idea, Manu, can you help me hiring some engineers? So I have some money, can you help me on building this app? So instead of building the app for them, I tell them, you don't need to build an app. You just need to validate your problem first. So gotcha. Yeah, so I was in this, like, before joining the program, I was not doing this. So actually I was working as a CTO in a startup, like an interim CTO. And I was not sure if I wanted to start an accelerator because I didn't believe in myself.
So help me understand a bit better. What is an accelerator?
So an accelerator is like some sort of like guidance program where you enter with an idea. Yep. Imagine I have an idea for an app
Hmm.
for, I have a dog, so I need someone to take care of my dog on the weekends. So I have this idea of building an app for locating someone to take care of my dog.
Gotcha.
So an accelerator helps you with a step-by-step process, with a methodology and with some mentorship
Take it
in
to
order
market.
to guide you. Exactly, in order to guide you, which are the steps. Okay, you have an idea about an app, but
Ah, okay.
what do you do? What do you do is pretty similar to your program, the reality mastery program.
Hmm.
You know that you want to have some transformation, but you are not able to do it by yourself because there is so much information on the internet that there is a lot of noise. But
Yep.
in order to identify the signal, you need some people that they have already been there, that they have some skin in the game. So because I struggled so much during these 4 years of my first startup, and then I started working with the different startups. One of them got acquired by Slack. Another of my investments were like crazy. I have started to detect like different patterns of which is the right way or the most efficient way to start a technology startup.
Gotcha.
So I have created like a program, like an online course where people join and they have mentorships, they have one-on-ones, they have some sort of like guidance. And
Right.
it's called Day One Accelerator because it's on the first day of your technology idea or of your technology startup. What do you do? So this is the answer. This is the program that I wish I could have like when I started my first startup, like I think it was like 8 years ago.
Gotcha. That's awesome, man. So what I'm curious to know is what actually motivated you to join Reality Mastery in the first place?
So it's sort of crazy because like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I went to Thailand and I wanted to buy a house in Thailand because I love in Spain during winter time. And there is the rainy season, so I like sunny weather, and here in Madrid it's always raining. So Thailand is perfect because you go there and it's sunny, really nice beach, really nice, really nice ecosystem for building things on the beach with your computer. So I went there in order to buy a house and then put it on Airbnb. And the thing is that I discovered these monks that they were doing some sort of like my tattoos, skills. And I went there like super randomly with this Spanish girl, and I discovered that was like the beginning of my like energetic journey, I would
Mhm.
say. I discovered like something. I went into the monks, and I felt something different, and I couldn't explain it from the rational perspective. I'm an engineer, so it was like um, I don't know what is happening. So right there, I started a path of trying to learn more about spirituality, different topics that they were like a little bit outside of my comfort zone.
Mhm.
And at some point, I end up on law of attraction videos. It was by Christmas. I break up. Well, my ex-girlfriend breaks up with me because we were in a long distant relationship, and things were a little bit like harsh. And I started feeling like this is the right way of going. So I started watching a lot of law of attraction videos. I started doing some tests. Um, as an engineer, from the rational perspective, I created like not a framework, but almost like a framework of testing and validating the hypothesis.
Yeah.
I wanted to, I wanted to, I didn't know if this was real. I didn't know if this was a thing or not. So I started testing, and
Mhm.
some of the tests were crazy. Like literally, like I'm attracting things that, I mean, it could be coincidence, but it's really random. So at some point, I discovered your channel, and I really resonated with you because you are like really organized and you have like a methodology. Because I have like a rational perspective
We're
on
both
life.
engineers.
Um, yeah, I think that for me it was the channel that was like the most compelling one in terms of law of attraction. Like you really deconstruct and go into the fundamentals of what is going on. So I really like your videos, and when we dive into a call, I I already wanted to buy. So I told you I was already convinced. I mean, tell me how much this costs, because I'm down for experimenting with this. And to be honest, Quazi, I've done an MBA. Well, I've done a engineering in Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I have a double degree in engineering because I did like a double engineering degree in France.
Mm-hmm.
I also did a master thesis in computer vision in Germany, in TU Munich, which is a sort of like MIT level in Europe. I did a master's in artificial intelligence in MIT. I did an MBA in Madrid. I did a lot of studies in my life. I love studying. And to be honest, this is the best course I ever did. It's crazy.
Really?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm watching and rewatching the content over and over because it's like, it's super intense. So when I started building my own accelerator, I sort of like wanted to go into that level of quality, and it's working like crazy. Like that, the metrics that we have on the accelerator are like literally like crazy. Georgina entered. She pinged me on LinkedIn. We met in San Francisco. She's based in Berkeley. She's from Barcelona, based in Berkeley. She pinged me on LinkedIn. We met in a party in San Francisco, in a friend's birthday party. And she pinged me, hey, Manu, I have some money. The same. I want to build this app. I have this app idea. And I told her, Georgina, you don't need to build an app. You need to validate your startup idea. I encourage you to join the accelerator. And just to test it. And I didn't have the videos yet. I mean, I wanted to start with the accelerator.
Yeah, you're validating the idea.
Yeah, exactly. So I apply the methodology that I teach. I applied with myself. So I had 1 week to record the first week videos. And so I was like working as a CTO, and then during the nights recording the videos. And in just to give you a quick overview, Georgina didn't have any startup experience. She was working for a startup, but as an intern. She's 24. And the thing is that 24, 25. And the thing is that in just 3-4 months, she's already making 30,000 euros per month.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy. No app, no coding. Just by identifying a niche, identifying where the initial state of the customer, the desired state of the customer, the job to be done, and proposing a solution to them. Wow. And it's sort of crazy. So I discovered, wow, it was like a little bit crazy for me. Like, I'm helping others in a way that I'm not even helping myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's kind of like being a coach of a football team. It's like, I haven't really done this for myself, but I'm coaching a football team. I've never really played football, but I know I can be a manager.
I play football. I did it. I mean, with the first startup, we won like 6 hours. We had a lot of vanity metrics, like raising 500,000. We won every hour, every competition, like every startup competition, we won it. By the end, we created something that was not like, it was not a killer product for the market. And so I discovered that it's like a secret. I discovered that the key is to helping the entrepreneurs to focus on the customer.
Yeah. And what problem?
Yeah. And it's working like crazy. The methodology is working like crazy. Yesterday I was speaking with this entrepreneur. It was super random. I mean, I'm attracting things like crazy. He picked me on Instagram. I don't have a famous Instagram account. He just picked me on Instagram. Hey, Manu, can I send you my pitch? I found you on LinkedIn. Of course, I will be super happy to review your pitch. And the same, he sent me the pitch. He was asking for 200K for building his app idea. He didn't have the money. He had a friend with 100K. And I told him, look, let's talk about this, because you don't need to build the app idea. I mean, you need to validate the problem. And after that, when you get some traction, let's build the app.
Right.
So I think, well, there are two things. I think that the people that go into, I don't know about the others. I got one friend, Pedro Cortez in the group. I knew him from before. Um, I don't know about the total students. I don't know about everyone in the group, but I think that in order to enter the reality master, you need to be ready. So it's the same as this guy. He pinged me, and I mean, it was like destiny. He pinged me on Instagram, sent me the deck, like super random, and I think he's ready to join the day one. I think in reality master is the same. If you join reality master, it's because you are ready to go in. If you don't
100%.
join, or you are, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think you were at a similar
yeah.
place too. Like when you came on the call, you were already at a good level, because we see people join at different stages. They're either really struggling with their lives and are in a really dark place, or they're already doing well and they want to take it to the next level. You know, we've had people like Wendy. She was already doing well. She's an academic. She's a professor. She's made it really far in her career. But it's just that you hit a plateau all the time, you know, and you see that, you know, this plateau isn't because of a lack of skills, isn't because a lack of, you know, the right tactics and strategies, but you are getting in your way now. And that's why you're
Yeah,
trying to get to that next level.
I would say that I'm still not in the position that I want to be. I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm too ambitious. I don't know. Uh, I see myself when I join reality mastery. I see myself in a struggling position, because even right now I have a lot of equity in different startups, but I don't have enough liquidity in order to, you know, like live the dream life,
Right.
to be honest. So I have equity in startups that they multiply by 30 in just 3 years, which is crazy. But they are still pre-IPO, or I cannot sell. I mean,
Right.
if I sell my equity right now, I will lose a lot of money. So I don't consider myself like, oh, I enter a reality mastery program by being rich, you know, at the rich level status, and then no, not at all. I was I was sort of lucky with different startup investments. I was in a relatively good position compared to others, but I was not at all in the position that I wanted. I'm still not at that position, but I'm headed like crazy into that position. Um,
So
the
what would you
program
say?
for
Go ahead.
the program for me, I mean, I know this is gonna seem to be like the typical interview that is not real, because it seems that you pay someone to say something. Guys, when you are watching this, if you want to contact me, Quazi can put my email, and you can contact me, and my LinkedIn, whatever you want. You can call me on WhatsApp. This is 100% real. For me, the Reality Mastery program, it gives you a lot of clarity on what you want to achieve, but not only the goal itself. It's about everything, like the actual like energy status, like it's like the vibration that you want to be in. And it seems like a little bit diffuse, but some of you will understand what I'm speaking about. So if you, I mean, if you want to accelerate like crazy your journey, and for me, for example, one thing that I discovered is not an easy journey. Like some days they are not easy, because because the growth is sort of like so crazy. I'm experiencing also at the same time like a lot of resistance. Sometimes I'm trying too much, and I need to detach a little bit, go back, two step forwards, one step back. So it's not like a magic pill. You enter and you achieve everything. No, it's like you have some initial context where you are ready, and the program gives you all the tools and the methodology in order to first have some clarity on your vision, and second, a step-by-step methodology in order to achieve that. So for me, it's about the clarity.
Yeah.
I never scripted what I wanted in life, and every iteration on the program that I do, I think I'm on the third one. Every iteration, I pour more and more and more detail into my life in the next 5 years, and the level of detail is crazy. I I visualize like if I'm in a movie and I can feel, I can touch, I can smell things. So it also gives me a really good feeling, you know, even if I'm struggling right now because I'm like, you know, like launching a new course for the accelerator, ramping up on clients. We are thinking about fundraising for the accelerator itself, doing a lot of things. It's sort of like when you have that clarity on the vision, it's like an anchor point every morning. Bam! I read that document, and it's like taking drugs. Yeah, it's the most similar effect, but it's healthy.
Wow.
You know.
So what would you say would be, within these 5 months that you've been here, what would you say would be the big highlight for you from where you are? I went from XYZ to XYZ. If you could define it like that, what would you say that would be?
I changed a lot in the way I think. I mean, in the way I experience things in general, in the way I think, my level of understanding of life. This is something that I've been like, even if you are in a good position, you have money at some point in your life, you are living the theoretical dream for a period of your life. There are some things that you cannot understand, like what is life about. And I think that the biggest accomplishment is to not my journey itself to achieving a goal. It's more about also understanding what is this about. And it's like this feeling that all of this is a game, and you can play the game in the way that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's so different from the approach that I had before to life. I was super methodic, super methodological, super like hyper rational approach, and now it's more about let it be. I'm just focusing on the process, trying to pour some really good energy, be more relaxed. I think I'm a new person in terms of the way I think. There are some things that they are still there. And, you know, on the physical level, on the real life level, physically, I'm much stronger. I never had a six pack. I have a six pack right now. Well, almost like half a six pack right now. I can handle physical pain on workouts, like, or you know, when we are stretching, I always like had a lot of trouble stretching, and I can handle, you know, like the physical level of pain is something that I can handle. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I start like playing like life like a video game. So when you apply that concept to any dimension of your life, you can live the life that you want. I mean, so it's a radically different life. I'm less attached. I'm super less attached to the physical plane right now.
Got it.
I would say.
Yeah, I think that's a big one, especially for people who are methodological. I can't even pronounce that. Methodical. People who are methodical, like you and me, you know, people who are engineers, hyper rational thinkers, we tend to get attached to things because we don't understand the cause and effect, and we try to find out the cause and effect, right? But then there's like this little sphere that you understand based on your worldview, and the larger sphere, which is like the universe and how it works. And because you can't have that faith concept and you're so logical and rational about it, you stay stuck to your mind's concept and your worldview, your limited worldview. So when things don't go your way, you're like, oh, why didn't this happen? You know, how can I be better? And then you just keep overthinking about it over and over and over again. And it just gets you into this loop instead of just letting it be and letting it show at its own time. And this is something I used to struggle with as well, something I had to learn throughout this journey. I'm still learning every single day. But yeah, I mean,
I would say one little thing, and I don't know. I think you released a video like a week ago on this. There are a lot of like tests that I'm experiencing, a lot of tests, and now I see these situations as life is testing. Life is testing if I can go into that desired state. that I want, if I deserve it. And before, those tests were super painful for me, and some of the times I just like avoided them and took another route, another direction. I iterated on my life for not passing through those tests. And because right now I understand that these are just tests, I don't associate like a painful situation with something bad. I associate it with something good, because it's like the tax that you need to pay in order to go into the next phase, into the next iteration.
Got it. What's an example of a big test you're going through right now, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, for sure. So I struggle like a lot with posting my first YouTube video, like a lot. And this was like a month and a half ago, and I couldn't do it. I don't know why. I went in front of the camera, I recorded the videos, I edited the videos, and then I didn't upload them. Which is sort of crazy, because I had the videos already edited.
Yeah.
It's like,
I actually don't think it's
why?
A lot of people go through that, like that last stage of that uploading stage. You just freeze up. You're like, oh no.
And I was thinking, what will my friends say? Right. I have some sort of reputation in the industry. This is stupid. I'm gonna show a version of myself that is not truly myself. You know, I was not comfortable. And I posted this question on the Facebook group, and there are a lot of answers. There were like, 17 people replied, and some of them, they experienced the same challenge.
Yeah.
And one of them, it was like really interesting. It was like, okay, so, Manu, in order to create like good YouTube videos, you need at least to create like 50 videos. So the sooner you post it, the better. And I thought, it makes sense. So I'm gonna, and just so like from 1 week of being like paralyzed, like I couldn't do it. I was like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do it. I was procrastinating a lot, and the next day I was like, but I don't know, maybe I need to record this again. I'm not happy with this. And in just 1 hour of reading the comments, I was like, I need to shift my mindset on this one. And 2 hours later, I got the video on YouTube, and I didn't care. And I didn't care, which was the crazy thing. It was like, why I spent so much time like waiting for, like being perfect. And then in 2 hours, I don't care. So tomorrow I did the same with my personal Instagram account, because I used to hate to record videos. I posted my first reel. I'm not into Instagram, but this was more like as an experiment.
Right.
Like I want to record myself on, it's like TikTok, it's like, I'm not going to do TikTok, but just for the sake of experimenting something new that gets me a little bit out of my comfort zone. And I did it yesterday, like half an hour, and I was like nervous, like my hands were sweating, just recording a video myself alone in my place, and I was sweating. And I say, okay, I don't care, like just release the attachment to this life and just throw it. And I think that I'm still not there. I'm on a journey. That's why I feel that I'm not
you'll never
successful.
Be there. Like there is no such thing as there, You're like, oh, I've made great progress. It's always going to be like this. It's like, wow. Because you look back at March and where you were internally, where you were then, and you look at where you are now, you're like, wow, that was a completely different lifetime. Would I be correct in saying that?
For me, this past, like, I don't know, like 5-6 months, the feeling is like 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years of my life condensed into 6 months.
But you know why this happens though? It's because whenever you go on this journey, it's like when people get into spirituality as well, the whole point is to turn like 10 lifetimes into 1 lifetime, right? Because you want to burn up that karma very, very quickly. so that you can dissolve and go into another dimension instead of being reborn in this cycle. So whenever you get into like the reality mastery program, whenever you really go to your truth and undo all of that false stuff that you've picked up, and you become more and more conscious every day, you speed everything up. That's why you see like people getting results very, very quickly, because they experience, 5-10 years of mistakes within a year.
Which I need to add also, that I also experienced the dark side of it. That is like sometimes the resistance is like, I will never imagine that I could handle that level of internal suffering at some points. Like, I don't know if it's healthy, but it's like a wave, like a sinus wave, and the downsides, I'm able to cope with a lot of of the downsides that before I was not able, which is crazy. And I feel good even if I'm at those moments, even if I'm on the downside, I feel good because I know that after that there is an upside, and it's like the slope of the curve is like,
it's only up from here.
Exactly.
Dude, if someone asked me about my entrepreneurial journey, like when I started, I would describe it nothing short of walking through hellfire. Like literally setting my whole body on fire every single day, and then coming out of it the next day saying, nope, I'm not going to let it touch me. I would describe it nothing short of that, because again, you ramp everything up. You experience the pains, the joys, all the more, sped up. This is why this journey is like this. But a lot of people, when they, start off, they kind of get discouraged. They can't follow through. This is the biggest pitfall we find in the program as well. They don't really follow through with the process. You're supposed to go through it despite whatever happens. So then you sort of learn, it takes at least the first 4 weeks until you get to the coordination aspect of it, learning how to deal with those highs and lows, which is very, very important.
So completely agree. Two things that I don't know if people are doing in the Facebook group that I'm doing. I'm doing super heavy meditations. Like I do like maybe like 2-3 hours of meditations every day. A lot of meditation. I don't know what others are doing, but in my case, that is one thing that I encourage everyone to do it. I mean, it's helping me a lot to meditate, but not do like 10 minutes. No, like do meditations in the morning and during the night before sleeping, until you feel that you reach the level that you want. And another thing that I'm starting to experience, which I don't really know how it's going to evolve, I'm starting to have some pretty heavy lucid dreams, like super heavy, like speaking with people, they are giving me advice, like guiding me, which is a little bit weird because I don't know, maybe they are just dreams. I don't know.
It's whatever meaning you put on them.
So I'm relying on dreams a lot for guiding me in this journey. And yes, like when you jump off a plane, when you do skydiving, just trust that you are like with someone here helping you open the parachute,
right?
Even if you don't see that person. So I feel that way, that even if I'm on a slight free fall, I feel that there is like some sort of like something there, that I got a parachute. I feel that I have a parachute. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's honestly like the reality master status. Like that was the goal of the program anyways. It's like you want to trust that life will take care of you. It's like you're walking in a dark room and you trust that whatever step you take, life will guide you when the time comes. It'll shed light on the right path as the time comes. But you've got to let go. You can't hold on to your old expectations and what you knew, because then you'll just stay in the part of the cave that's comfortable to you, and you'll never be able to explore the part that has gold in it. Right?
Yeah. Completely agree, Quazi. I just wanted to say thank you because, again, this is the best thing that I ever did in, I would say, like from the educational side, I would say this is the best program that I ever bought. From for sure, 100% sure is the most impactful one. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you.
Dude, that means a lot.
I feel so grateful for like the serendipity or the luck or destiny of like randomly like watching YouTube videos to enter into your channel, and yeah, I'm following the program. I mean, it's just amazing. I recommend this program to everyone that feels that they are ready, or they are like, maybe you are not sure if you are ready, but if you are just starting to ask yourself this question, maybe you are in need of this program. You know what I mean? Yeah. So congrats.
Congrats to you, man. I mean, you took the last question right out of my mouth. I was going to ask, like, who would you recommend it to? Who would basically benefit from this?
I'm gonna be straight honest here. I don't think the program is for everyone. I think this program is like seeing the light. Some people, they are blind, and I don't think the program is for everyone. I think that the program is for is like destiny. This is the right program for a specific group of people that they are at a specific phase in their life, or in their in their journey, in the multiple lives or whatever. And for them, this is gonna be the best program they ever did. For the others, they are not gonna join. So it's gonna filter
Right.
they are gonna filter themselves. So another thing that I discovered with our clients is that the clients that were like super hard to close, by the end we ended up not closing. I was because they were not ready. I mean, if you come to the accelerator, so we forced to close like one client. It didn't work out because the guy didn't want to change his product. His product was not working. We needed to iterate on the product in order to create a killer product, and he didn't want to iterate. I was like, okay, I invested a lot of energy trying to convince someone that it's not the right fit.
Yeah.
So in the
they don't have the willingness
master
to change. Just like this with people, they don't want to change how they've been. So you're not ready for this. You have to be willing to do what's necessary to achieve what you want.
Exactly. So I think for those that are brave, that they are in this journey, I mean, 100%, this is going to be the best thing you ever buy as a, online course, whatever. This is going to be the best thing you ever do for transforming your life. 100% sure. So for those that you are hesitating, I will highly encourage you to double think about it and just, jump off the plane. Sometimes you just need to do it.
Amazing, man. Manu, thank you so much for this. I know you have a meeting to run to after this, but thank you so much. Your experience was awesome. And I think we'll do a second interview, really seeing your progress again, maybe in a couple months from now, 6-7 months from now, and seeing how you've upgraded from here to there. But awesome. I'm going to attach Manu's links to his socials and everything down in the comments below, in the pinned comments, and hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks.
Thank you, Quazi.